Hi, I'm Jamin Coller, and I'm going to help you today with the inversions section. Now, if we take any triad, for example, C major, this is what's called root position because the root, or the bottom note, is the name of the chord. This is called a C chord, and the bottom note actually is a C. However, that doesn't always have to be the case. There are these things called inversions. So an inversion is when we have a C triad, but C is not the lowest note. See, the chord C major is just a C, an E, and a G. It doesn't have to be in that order, though. It could be a C, an E, and a G. Same letters, same overall sound, but they're in a different order. Now, in this case, this is called first inversion because this note, the middle note, or the 3, is on the bottom of the chord. So this is still a C, E, G, but because the 3 is on the bottom, it's called first inversion. All we did was we took that bottom note here and we took it up an octave. So that's a C. We took that C up an octave. That's our first big move, so that's first inversion. Now, if we make a second big move, so not only have we moved the C from here to here, but we also take the E all the way up to here, it's still a C, an E, and a G, so it's still a C major triad, but now it's in second inversion. Now, we make our third big move. We take the G and we put it all the way back up here. This should be called maybe third inversion until you notice that the C is back on the bottom again. So this is root position, just like this was root position, because the name of the chord, the C, is on the bottom. Root position, root position. This is first inversion. This is second inversion. Now, you can usually recognize blocked inversions because if you just play all the notes all clumped together like we're doing here, there's usually a gap in first inversion and second inversion. So, for example, on our root position, all the notes are spaced evenly. They look real nice and even. However, when we put this note on top for first inversion, then we've got kind of a bigger gap here than we have down here. If you've got a big gap on the top, it's first inversion. Once we take this note here and we put it on top over here, this is second inversion, and now we've got a big gap right here on the bottom. So if you've got a gap on the bottom, then it's second inversion. If you've got a gap on the top, then you've got first inversion. So, for example, this right here, second inversion, gap on the bottom. This right here, second inversion, gap on the bottom. This right here, gap on the bottom, second inversion. First inversion chords have the gap on the top, like that right there, or that right there, first inversion, that right there, first inversion. So if you take a look at where the gap is when someone's playing a chord that's all blocked up like that, you can usually tell what inversion they're playing just by seeing where the gap is. Now, unfortunately, not everybody plays these all blocked up like that. I told you that a C-E-G makes up a C major triad. So, a C, an E, and a G, this is a C major triad. Now, obviously, we've got big gaps everywhere, so this isn't really easy to identify what inversion it's in. So we've just got to go to the very bottom note and say, what is that? In this chord. In this case, it's the name of the chord, the C major triad. So this is in root position because the lowest note is the name of it. However, if we go C and E and G, this one right here, the bottom note's the 3, so it's first inversion. Then if we put G right here, C here, and E here, this is still a C, E, G, but it's in second inversion because the 5 is on the bottom. A lot of times these will be written out as what's called slash chords, and that just means that you'll be playing a chord up here. For example, C looks like it's in root position, but on the bottom they'll want you to play an E. Like this. This is actually in first inversion because even though this looks all blocked up like it's in root position, the lowest note that we're playing is not the name of the chord. It's the 3. So this is in first inversion. This would most likely show up in something like a C over G, and then a something else. So we get these inversions or these slash chords, C over E, just to kind of move throughout a song to make it nice and smooth. Well, that's it. That's inversions for triads. Good luck. Have fun.